I am here with Dr. Brandis. Brandis, it's pronounced die.
Yes.
It's not day.
It is not.
I had to look at your Instagram bio just to make sure that I'm not
That's why my handle
botching.
makes sense. Lift heavy or
Die. Okay.
doesn't make sense if it was day.
Dr. Die. Dr. Die is a physical therapist
Yep.
at Flashpoint PT.
Yep.
How long have you been a physical therapist?
A year and a half now.
Okay. And a professional athlete, which is relatively new.
Relatively new, yeah.
Tell me about that.
So when I first started PT school, I was not doing any sort of lifting. I pretty much put all fitness on hold because I was going to be die hard into school and all of this, but it took a toll on my mental health to do nothing but school. I'd been athletic my whole life.
Right.
So then I picked up powerlifting. So at first it just kind of started as a hobby. It started as something that I just liked doing, an outlet to do something other than school. Slowly realized I was actually pretty good at it. First competition when I was actually training, got a state record. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. And what was it, June of this year, so June 2023, I had the opportunity to compete to go pro and won. So it's my first competition ever winning.
Yeah.
And it was obviously my first competition going pro. So
As a physical therapist, do you feel that is like that skill set, that knowledge set, has that helped you as an athlete?
to an extent, yes.
Okay.
My athlete brain
Yeah.
will go into overdrive. And sometimes just kind of ignore what I'm feeling aches and pains wise. And then there's other times where I'm like, okay, I know that this is an ache and pain that's either affecting training or is it affecting training and daily life. So I'm able to kind of differentiate that two different skill set, that two different feelings that I'm feeling. And if it's only affecting training, what can I do to get through my training session?
Right. Okay.
Right. So how can I manage that versus if it's starting to affect my daily life and my training, I know it's something that I actually need to like either cut back training intensity or look at training volume or load or whatever the case is so that I can address it from there.
Okay.
So,
Can help you and
Yeah.
possibly hold you back a little
Yeah.
bit. That's interesting. And that's something that I talk to a lot of athletes about is this concept of paralysis by analysis.
yes.
Do you see that happen a lot with athletes?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
And I am guilty of it myself.
Okay.
I've had 2 shoulder surgeries. I had labrum surgery on both sides.
Okay.
And that was from a fall in gymnastics. So whenever I have any sort of shoulder pain, immediately I'm like, oh my God, my whole shoulder is exploding.
Yeah.
And really could just be my arm was in the wrong position or
Right.
I'm tired, right? Because all of those things affect
Yeah.
how you're feeling. And I will literally freak out and like stop doing things. And my coach is like, you're fine.
Yeah.
Continue.
For people that maybe would potentially be working with you, what advice could you give them who struggle with this?
I think a lot of it comes down to differentiating an ache from a pain. Right, a pain is more so that category that I was talking about where it's affecting training and life.
Okay.
Versus like, is it just affecting training? Is it only when I'm bench pressing at 90% load? Or is it when I'm lifting my arm up to reach a cup from the top shelf?
Understood.
Right, those are 2 different levels of pain. One of them I can maybe address by bringing down intensity a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, the other one I need more. Right, I need to actually change something in my programming versus maybe just that day.